right, here's a little quick lesson. I'm just going to go over A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We can all say that, right? But here's a way to identify those chords in the first position. You got an A here, right? Just move that up to, there's your B chord. Okay? C chord, most of us know. D chord, E chord, F chord, G chord, and now you're back to the A chord. So that's just one way to identify A, B, C, D, E, F, G in the first position. So now that we know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you can watch that, in slow motion. I'll give it to you one more time, and then I'm going to show you some different versions of those chords that you can immediately have fun with and add to your arsenal. So you got your A chord here, and now an A chord, we're basically playing the open A, and then the second fret on the D string, the G string, and the B string. I'm not bothering with the high one right now, and I'll get to that later why. But that's good enough to do that. Okay, and then if we move everything up 2 frets, 1, 2, to the 4th fret. Now this one you want to be really particular about what strings you're hitting. For this particular one, and I'm assuming you can't do a bar chord yet. If you can, then that's what it looks like, the power chord. But for now, for those of you that are beginners, one way to do it would be to start out with your A, and then maybe use your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D, G, and B string. There's your B. Now granted, this isn't exactly a big strum chord because we're playing what I call a partial. But it gets the notes there. And I would take you to a more open version, but a B7, you can choose that if you want, which is the A2, D1, and G2. There's a B7th. But if you want just a straight major chord, it's easier to go like this. There's your A, and then B, which we just went over. And then a C chord. Now I'm going to show you, while we're at C, I'm going to show you another way to play the C chord that's pretty easy. And I call it a big cowboy chord. You put the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and then tuck your pinky right under it on the 3rd fret of the A string, and continue with the C chord. Sounds like that, right? Now what's nice about this particular chord is when you're doing a full strum, it sounds really nice and full with that G in the bottom. So you got that, right? And then, so we've done A, B, C. Now let's go to D. Well, most of you know a D chord. It looks like that, right? So I've got an open D string, and then I've got the 2nd fret of the G string with my 1st finger, 3rd fret of the B string with my 3rd finger, and I'm tucking my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. So now there's your D chord. Now while we're at the D chord, I'm going to show you a real quick move here. By lifting up your 2nd finger and then hammering it back down, you'll get a cool sound. Check it out. You've heard that. And if you want to hammer it fast, it sounds like a James Taylor lick. I'm doing a finger style right now. If a pick would be. Okay, so now we've done the A, B, C, D, and I gave you a couple little alternate moves on on all those chords. And we'll get back to the A, by the way. When we come back around, I'll show you some versions of that. Now we've gone to D, so let's go to E, shall we? So E chord, you got your open E, your 2nd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the G string, and then open B and E, lots of open strings. That's one of the reasons we love E. Now there's lots of ways to play that. I've got it with my 2nd finger, 3rd finger, and 1st finger, respectively. But But you can also do it in a different way, and this comes in handy, and I'll show you why. You try your third finger, on the second fret of the A string, tuck your pinky under on the D string, second fret, and take your second finger and put it on the first fret of the G. Now that's it's the same notes, different look, right? Different position of the fingers. Here's the first one, here's the other. Now, why you're asking, would you want to change it up like that? Well, I might be wanting to have access to some different moves, like maybe I want to go to a G bar chord. That's pretty cool. Because in the cage system, which we're not going to get into today, that's an E shape. That's the E part of the cage system, caged. And so that comes in handy if you want to move up and down the neck. You just bar behind it. You got major chords all the way up and down the neck, all the way up. So that's part of the reason for doing it in that shape. So all the shapes that I'm showing you have different functions. You know, if I'm doing something like where I want to do like a Bo Diddley kind of move, I'm probably gonna, for sure, don't have to, but I'm gonna do the original classic version because I want to get to that A real fast. So it's a 1-4-1-4, and what I'm doing is I'm laying down on that A chord, third finger. So if we did it on the first finger like I showed you, that wouldn't work in this move. So I'm trying to show you a little bit of extra special sauce on each chord, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So here we go with the Bo Diddley move. There's your E, and then flatten out your third finger. Second fret on the D, G, B, and if you do it quick, it sounds like. And I know you've heard that, Buddy Holly or Shuffle. That'll be the day that I die. Okay, so now we've done a couple of little alternate things on E. Now comes what we call the ouch chord. A lot of people have trouble with this one, and part of the reason is they try to do a bar chord like this, and the tension is really stronger the closer you get to the nut. So it's hard sometimes for a lot of people to do this. You know, it's hard to hold those strings down, especially on acoustic. So what I would suggest is, for now, to do a partial. Now you can get a real F sound because you got your F note here. So it's the third fret of the D string. That's your target note. Okay, start with that. Second fret of the G string with your second finger, and then bar, if you can, these last two first frets, B, the B string, and the E string. So it ends up sounding like this. If that evades you and it's troublesome, we can open up that E string and do an F major seventh. It's a different voicing for sure, but you can get away with it. But if you want a real straight F chord, and that leaves us to the next and final chord, which is G. Now here's G chord, played with a pinky on the third fret of the high E, second finger, second fret on the A, third finger, third fret on the E, on the low E. Sounds like this. Okay, you've heard that before. It's a very nice. Love the G chord because it's got so many open strings, and there's a million things you can do with it, and I show you all of them at jimmydillon.com. I've got a million courses, and a lot of times we get into what George Harrison from the Beatles called the magic G chord. Yeah. So there's that. Now I'll show you right away another way to play that I think you might enjoy. So rather than just doing this kind of G, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my third finger with my second finger with my first. So you got third fret of the low E, second finger, second fret of the A string, first finger, and now I'm going to have you either, let's do it like this. I'm not going to have you bar. I'm going to have you do this. Third finger, third fret, B string, pinky, third fret, E, and it sounds like this. It's a nice G chord. I call it a big cowboy G. Now, what can you do with that? Well, watch. If I just take these top two fingers and move them up a string, meaning that way, meaning these are the highest, so up is that way. It sounds like this. Version of a C chord. So just that back and forth gives you a fun little romp like in G. So just move those up one string. So they're now doing the 3rd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D, with the 2nd finger here and the 1st finger here. But this stays the same. This doesn't move. This is why I like this. It's like a real good beginner's vibe. Now go to the C. Pretty cool, huh? Free falling, yeah. Free falling. Thank you, Tom Petty. You're a good girl. So now what we've done is we've gone A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? We've identified ways to do all those first position chords starting with A. Now we didn't do any flats or sharps because we're not doing that today. We're just going with the natural. A natural, B, C, D, E, our partial F to our G. And in this case, yeah. So what I did was I think what I did is I showed you either 2 slightly different ways to do those first position chords, because I want to keep your playing interesting. And if you're just getting started, just learning your chords and stuff, I don't want to get too carried away with connective tissue and arpeggios and all that stuff. Sometimes I think it gets a little bit overwhelming, quite frankly. So I'm hoping this lesson is simple enough that you guys can grok, especially if you're just getting going, what an A chord looks like. And then move it up to 2 frets. You got a B chord. And the C we know, whether we play that C or this one. And then the D, maybe with a hammer on. Thank you, James Taylor. E, you can either play it like that or like that, depending on what. You can have fun with that E, man. You can move it up and down. Amazing, huh? Just let those strings ring, huh? Lots of fun things to do there. F, well, the F is an F. It's just kind of what it is. There's a lot of things I can show you about that, but they're all encompassed in my courses at my website, jimmydillon.com. So, and by the way, if you're hearing some noises in the background, it's garbage day, so the trash man's out front. And then the G chord, we said we gave a couple different ways to do it. There's this one, that pinky down there. And that's nice because it's going to let you do a 7th. So you can go from here, go from a G to a G7th, which is kind of cool. G7. Now I'm not methodically covering major, minor, 7th, dominant, major, and all that. I do that at my website, which I'll probably be listed down here somewhere. So, but what I have done is given you little ways to do these chords. Remember when we talked about the petty move? That's, of all these, I think that one's one of the coolest. Because all you got to do is move this finger, these 2 fingers, and move them up 1 string. That's it. Everything else stays the same. So I usually do short lessons on this on my Instagram and stuff. But today I wanted to take a deep dive into A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And just once and for all say, now you've got your fingers under those chords. From there, the sky's the limit, man. We can go anywhere with it. You can write a song, you can go anywhere. And so I'm probably gonna go ahead and do, see how you guys like this one. And if you do like it, I'm probably gonna go ahead and do it in every key and try and show to the best of my ability how to do first position chords, D, E, F, whatever. I can start with each key and just move up. And I'll probably do that. But let me know what you think of this. If you're enjoying it, hit me up, and I'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you down the road.